All right. So in the Google Chrome extension, we first visit the Chrome Web Store in order to understand what are the extensions that we are going to be downloading. So once you type Chrome Web Store, you come to the landing page. And now this is a search button where we're going to be typing all the extensions that we're going to be needing. I hope everyone is on this page. And now I'm going to take you back to the presentation where I'm going to show you what is it and which are the kind of presentations that we're going to be using to make our workload easy. So which Chrome extensions are helpful? So any guesses, anyone, which Chrome extension or anyone using Chrome extension? Before I go to the guesses, anyone using
Yes,
Chrome extension? Oh,
yes.
wonderful. Which are the extensions that you all are using? Yeah.
How to come on this page?
How to come on the?
Where you are expecting us.
You just type Chrome Web Store in your Google search and you will land on the page of the web store. So which are the extensions that you all have been using if someone can share?
DLS.
Can you type in the? No, there's a lot of disturbance. I think you will need to go on mute, please. Yeah, so you can type in the chat box because there was a lot of disturbance and I couldn't hear you. So type in the chat box which are the Chrome extensions that you all have been using, and it would be wonderful for all of us to know any extension that you all are using. So is anyone making use of the extension Google Meet extensions? Anyone making use of the Google Meet extensions? Must have. Yeah. So we begin with the Google Meet extensions, since Google Classroom or Google Meet is what is being used by various schools as a mode of instructions, online instructions for our learners. Now, what we need to do is, these are the three basic Google Meet extensions that as an educator, if you're using Google Meet as a mode of instruction, then you need to have. One is Google Meet attendance, one is the Nod and the Google form, and then the grid view. The grid view is a new feature which gets automatically added, but in certain cases, in certain computers, we need to add it as an extension, and then only you will be able to view it in a grid format. Because Google has made some changes in the month of October, and you will also see those of you who are using Google Meet for the classroom instruction. There are very advanced features also that have been added. So we begin with the first Google Meet attendance. So what do we need to do is, if you want to go shopping, definitely you need to go out to a shop to shop. So similarly, if we are going to shop for an extension, we go to the store, we go to this Chrome Web Shop store, and we type Google Meet attendance. Okay. Once you type Google Meet attendance and you click on enter, you will see the very first one which prompts with the icon of the tick mark. So this is the Google Meet attendance that props up. There is another one which is most commonly used nowadays, which is Meet attendance. Now, the difference between Google Meet attendance and Meet attendance is only one, where Meet attendance helps you understand how many times did the student log out from the classroom. So from what time to what time was the student there, and from what time to what time the student wasn't there. So in case you are recording a meeting or you are recording a session where you exactly want to know till what time were your learners there with you, or if you know that there is some student who happens to leave the Google Meet many a times. So this app, the Meet, not the app, this extension, the Meet attendance, is what will help you to keep an exact track on the timing of when the student enters and when the student leaves the classroom. Whereas if you're looking at Google Meet attendance, Google Meet attendance is good enough as it solves a variety of the same purposes that you want to attend to. So let's say I click on the Google Meet attendance. Now, when I click on Google Meet attendance, it says on the right hand side, add to Chrome. Now, all I need to do is click on add to Chrome, add extension. Okay, and then it says checking. Meanwhile, it is checking. I'm going to be starting a Google Meet out here to enable you to see how the feature, the extension appears. So I will start a Google Meet. I'll share the link if someone can join it. I click on new meeting. You can see over here the extension is downloading and it's almost done. I click on new meeting. I'll get a meeting link to share. I'm going to be pasting this in our chat box, so any of you who can join in. Okay, where is the chat box? Here it is. Where did my chat box go? Here it is, sorry. So here I type my Google Meet, and then I go back and start my Google Meet. Join. Getting ready. So now, because I have installed the Google Attendance Meet, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting a kind of notification saying that congratulations, you're seeing this dialog. That means you have installed the attendance tracking for your Google Meet. So now what is this going to do is this is exactly going to help me to track my attendance and understand how many students are attending and what are the names of the students who are attending this particular session, right? Now I click on X. I know that I already have downloaded this. My camera failed because I am using it on Zoom. Ready to join. Now when I start the Google Meet, can everyone see my screen? Yeah, is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Now when I start the Google Meet, you will see on the bottom there is already a tick mark. The same tick mark, which is the tick mark logo of the extension. Now when I click on this, it pops up, and here it gives me, it will automatically add the names of the students who have attended this meet. So is anybody joining over here? Then I will be able to show you the names. When I end the meeting, it will show me the names. Now after the meeting ends, I can also convert the list into an Excel list and send it to my supervisor saying these were the students who attended. I can even, yeah, I can even,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah.
What happened in the last 2 minutes? My network issue because of
Nothing. We were just discovering what
नहीं,
are
search
the
बटन के बाद क्या करना है? Search
You-
बटन जैसे आपने बोला
you
लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में सर्च बटन है.
kiska search button. You're talking about the web store.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll come back to that. So when you go to the web store, yeah, and you type Google Meet attendance, आपने ये टाइप किया, उसके बाद आपको वो एक्सटेंशन डाउनलोड करने मिलेगा, और वो जब वो एक्सटेंशन डाउनलोड हो जाएगा तो वो फिर हम मैंने गूगल मीट चालू किया आपको दिखाने के लिए दैट वो अटेंडेंस एक्सटेंशन हम कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. और अगर आपको देखना है कि वो अटेंडेंस extension download हुआ है कि नहीं, then what you need to do is go on the right side, extreme right side of your page, laptop page, and there is this black blotch, ये black paint जैसा है, which says extension. Yeah. So you click on this and it will show you all the extensions that you already have on your laptop or you have now installed it. Yeah. So ये Google Meet attendance यहाँ already मुझे दिख रहा है, and that is why यहाँ पे वो बता रहा है remove from Chrome because I have already installed it. So that is why it is showing me remove it if you want to remove it. Okay. So we were here, and then I started a Google Meet to show you. I started a Google Meet to show you how that extension will look. Now, if you have the extension, you will get this small circle with a tick mark. And when you get this small circle with a tick mark, that means your extension download ho chuka hai and you can start using it. Now, when you click on it, you will get this pop-up which opens. You can write over here, teach with tech, and enter the name of the class. So this is the name of your class is Teach with Tech. आपने वो class add कर दिया. So if this is a class which you are taking every single day, then at the end of the meet, when you stop the meet, you will come to know how many students have come and what were the names, and also who joined at what time. So you will be able to exactly know that. Now, this is what you get. If you don't, if you also want to type the names of the students, then you can even type before you start your class. So let's say, Radhika entered, so you type Radhika, then you see maybe, Sonal entering, then you type Sonal. So manually also you can do this, copy it and send it to your supervisor, saying that okay, these are the number of students that have come in. Or you end the meeting after the session gets over, you will get an automatic record of the number of students who attended. So this manually you can do, to make a note that when you started the meet, you had these many students with you, and as you progress with your 2 hour 3 hour session, they started joining you. So you will exactly know that at the beginning there were so many, and then at the end there were so many. Right? Any doubts? And this says enable or disable attendance for this meet. So if I want to disable attendance, I just click on this. If I enable, it becomes blue. If I disable, it becomes white. Yeah. So this is what the list looks like. Now I have typed the name of Radhika and Sonal, and this is what it is being shown on the screen over here. If I want to clear the attendance check, I clear it. Duration. So it will show you the duration. It will show you the number of students who have entered the classroom. And out of 3, how many are present? So if you are taking a session for 3 students, it will also show you out of 3, how many are present, how many are absent. Any doubts? Save attendance to an HTML file, or even automatically after you end the meet, it will give you. So now if I'm ending the meet, it is automatically downloading the list into an Excel file. Now I will open this list and show you. Just waiting for the Excel list to open and show you that how Google automatically downloads it, because we have the extension installed. So the extensions are absolutely wonderful ways of reducing our work instead of manually doing it. So it's just processing, and then we will see the names of the students. So it shows attendance, teach with tech, time 6:02, who arrived, Radhika, Sonal, and one more. All 3 of them arrived, and then arrival time and last seen. So basically, when did they leave and when did they? So we all joined at the same time and we all left at the same time. So this is the kind of report that it generates, and you can save this. And at the end of every session, you can share it or you can keep it for your record in order to understand that who were the people who attended this session. So sometimes, if you're taking a free session, or maybe you want to know who are the people who have attended it. So this attendance sheet comes handy. So this is what was the Google attendance meet, Google Meet attendance. Yeah. So any doubts in the Google Meet attendance? Then we can proceed ahead with the next. Now again, I go back, I click on Chrome Web Store, because every time I need to download an extension, I need to click on the Web Store icon. Now I'm going to type Nod, N-O-D. So Nod is one way of helping, just like in Zoom right now, I asked you all to give me a thumbs up, right? And you all were able to do that. But in a Google Meet, we still don't have that feature in which you're able to give a thumbs up. So, or you're able to raise your hands. Whereas in Zoom, you have that option of raising your hands. So if I have kept everybody on unmute, you can raise your hands. I've kept everyone on mute. You can raise your hands, and then I can know that, okay, so and so person is having a doubt. So this nod is what helps you to do exactly what Zoom has provided us. So if I click on nod, it'll take me to the same way, add to Chrome, add extension. Now if I want to check where is my extension, whether it is added or not added, I go back to this black blotch.
Ma'am, please repeat.
Yeah, repeat what?
Nod.
Nod is just to help your learners raise their hands and also add.
No, how did you open this? How did you
You
open
go
this
your
Nod?
Chrome Web Store, type Nod, and you will come here. You'll also get a recording, so you don't worry about missing out on anything. We are on the same page. We are not moving anywhere. We went to the same page, Web Store, Chrome
Excuse
Web
me,
Store.
ma'am, I
Yeah,
tried, but I'm not getting. I'm opening the same page. I typed Nod, but it is not coming.
here it is. Did you type NOD? If you type NOD, you will
आ गया
get
मैम
this.
आ गया I got it.
Great, great, great. And then it has already been downloaded. That's why it's saying remove from Chrome. And now, okay, sorry, I shut my Google Meet. I'll have to start my Google Meet again to show you how that extension works. So if I click on the black dot, it shows Nod is here. Yeah, new meeting, instant. Join now.
Ma'am, how did you open Google Meet?
I typed Google Meet on the web browser and I got into Google Meet. Are you aware of Google Meet? Because that is
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you're aware, right? So you Google Meet आप type करो और आपको browser उधर लेके जाएगा. Google Meet. Here it is. The first thing you will get is Google Meet. You click on it. It says new meeting because I'm already signed in. I'm already using my Gmail account. So I'm already signed in. I can start my meet. It says new meeting. I clicked on new meeting. I said join now and here I am. This is my Google Meet classroom. Now I have this Nod extension activated. So what I can do is when I have this activated, I will get this emotions out here, emojis out here. I can do thumbs up. I can raise my hand or I can even show that I'm happy. So you can see over here, it says Sumit raised his hand and Sumit is happy. So these are the kind of emojis that you get. So these are basically to enable your students or enable learners to interact with you, especially when your session is going on in a mute form, so that if they have understood, they can give you a thumbs up, or if they are not feeling connected, then they can give you a thumbs down. And then you will understand if somebody has a doubt. Yeah.
We will have to teach all our students to download this extension Nod, no?
I can't hear you. Your voice isn't clear.
We have to tell all the students to download this extension to use it, right?
Those who want to use it, they need to have this extension downloaded on their laptops. So you need
Does
to tell
this
your
work on the
students.
mobile also? Does this extension then work on the mobile also thereafter?
On the
If you're doing
mobile,
Google Meet on the mobile?
I doubt if it will work on the mobile. You can try it out if it works on the mobile, because usually all my meets happen on the laptop, so I haven't tried from the mobile. But if you have downloaded it, then it should work. If you've downloaded on your laptop, then maybe it should work on your phone. I'm not sure. I'll have to check myself. I'm not sure about that. And then once you have downloaded, you can use these emojis and make use of them and ask your students to make use of them. Yeah.
How did you get that paintbrush?
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. That's another extension. I'm coming to that. So these are the two extensions that we covered. We covered attendance, we covered Nod, and then we will go to the third extension, that is the Google form. So I again click on Chrome Web Store because that is where I need to go to do all my shopping, all my downloads. I go to the search button. I say Google Forms. Now, what happens is Google Forms, जब हम click type करते हैं, it shows up a lot of other extensions. Okay. Now, I don't want any of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one, click Google Forms. I'm going to be sharing these names and I'm going to be sharing the logo also, so that when you go and type in your web store, you don't get confused, because there are so many extensions that come up with the same name also. So in order to understand which is the correct extension, you need to type the name sometimes, and also you need to be aware of which one you need to use. So I will share that with you in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, which I have already made, and also the recording will also enable you to make a note of that. So when I click on one click Google form, now all teachers who make a lot of Google forms, even we make a lot of Google forms for every session of ours. Now, instead of going to the Google Drive and getting into creating and going to the plus sign, then going into Google Forms and then creating a form, what we can do is we have the extension over here. I am adding the extension to add extension, and once I have this, believe me, it saves a lot of your time where you don't have to go to the drive again and again. यहाँ पे जाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, where I just showed you the plus sign which was over here on the left hand side. I'll just show you where the Google Forms are, and then I will show you how the extension helps you save your time. So when I want to prepare a Google form, I have to go into my sign in into my Gmail account, go into my Drive, click on the plus sign, then select the Google form.
Yeah, 1 minute, Rakhi. Actually, I use a lot of Google Sheets as well with my teachers. I
Google
share
Sheet is a
sheets.
separate extension. Yeah.
It has a separate, yeah. So I was just trying that out, and it says a Google Drive opener. So I think rather than sheet, they have
Separate.
Drive opener.
There's a separate extension for Google Sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. So we all know that we have to get into the Drive to do anything new with our Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, or Google Forms. Now, in order to avoid all these steps of signing in and going into our Drive, when we have this extension, we go to the extension, we click on, now my extensions are going to go on increasing, and then I will show you how to manage your extensions also. Now we click on, okay, one click Google Forms, which is like a notepad over here. I click on one click Google Forms and it will directly take me to Google Forms. I need not go into my Drive to sign in at all. And that's the kind of time that I'm saving, where I just go to my, I open my laptop, go to my extension, and I'm straight landed into my Google Form with the same account that you have signed in into. If you want another account, then you need to click on another account and sign in. So be sure that you're logged in into the same account before creating a Google form. Otherwise, your Google form will get saved in that account. All right. So be sure about that. And then we have the next extension. So till now we have covered how many extensions? 3 extensions. And which are those extensions? We covered Google Meet attendance, we covered Node, we covered Google Form, and now we're going to see Grid View. Now, Grid View is something which is an advanced feature, which some of the new laptops, are already having. So let's explore Google Grid View. I go to Chrome Web Store, I type Grid View. Now, what is going to be the advantage of having a grid view is similar to Grid View for Google Meet and Google Meet Grid View. Both are something which can be downloaded. I have downloaded Google Meet Grid View, and you will see that once you have Google Meet Grid View, all the participants can be seen in this format. So some of us will already be having this format. For those of us who don't have this feature available of looking at your participants in a grid way, in a grid view, then you can just click on Add to Chrome. So at a time, you will be able to see all your participants. Add extension. So this extension is like this square with columns and rows, and we add it and it gets added. So if you are having a Google Meet next time with 15 or 10 of your learners or people, you will be able to get this activated because you have the extension. And now if you want your extensions to be seen in this tab over here, so you see there is this tab below my search tab. Extensions can also appear here, but I'm not wanting my extensions to appear here at the moment because there are too many. We're going to be covering at least 15 extensions. So I would prefer the extensions to be in the list because there is also an extension to manage the extensions. So that is something which is going to help us manage. Yeah. So this is what the Google Meet Grid View will help us do. Once you have it, you start a Google Meet and then you will be able to see everyone in a grid view format. So any doubts till now? we can go back to our presentation and we begin with the next. And where is my presentation? Here is my presentation. Yeah. So we covered Meet, Node, Form, Grid View, and now we are moving to our next URL shortener. So is anyone aware of any other URL shortener? So basically Google Drive has Google Documents, Google Sheets, they have these long URLs to share. So if we don't want such long URLs to be shared and if you want to shorten it, are any one of you using any URL shortener at the moment?
Actually, while creating Google form, I'm getting the option to shorten a URL while sharing it.
Oh, okay. It's in which extension?
It's in Google form. So whenever I create Google form and I wanted to copy the URL and share it with someone, I'm getting the option to shorten the URL.
Yes. Okay, you're getting the option to shorten URL. Then that's fantastic. Is it there in the Google Chrome extension that we downloaded now?
No, it's in a Google form. When I create a
Oh,
Google form.
yeah. Correct. It's in the Google form. But I'm talking about, let's say, if I'm sharing a YouTube link, okay, or if I'm sharing maybe a document link. So now you see these now Canva. Okay, this is my Canva link. Now, if I want to share this entire link, it is so long. Now, if I want to shorten this, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my presentation and I will, sorry, not go back to my presentation. I'll go back to my Google Store. Let's close this. I'll just close the tabs which we don't need. Yeah. So I go back to my store and I click on URL shortener. So there are many URLs. There is something called as Bitly also, and that is not an extension. That is a separate software app by itself, and that is available on the web, and it is also available as an app. But this is a shortener which you can have as an extension, where you just click on it and you say Add to Chrome, and once you say Add to Chrome, it gets downloaded in your extension. You say Add, and then we will be able to see it over here, and then we will see how it works.
I'm using short URL.at.
That's another extension.
That's another, not extension. That's a, I don't know. That's, I think, a website. I just short
there are many
URL.
websites.
Yeah, many websites. Yeah.
There are many websites, but rather than going to your internet, typing the website's name, and then opening the website, and maybe if you know sometimes your internet is slow, you're not able to open that website to shorten the URL. So this shortener, this what do you call it? The extension comes handy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace this with my Canva link over here, the presentation link, and you also get this. This is called. Not getting the name.
Barcode.
QR code. Thank you. This is the QR code that you get, which you can share with your learners, and you can also share this tiny URL.com. You can just click over your copy, and then you can share it via WhatsApp. You can share it via email.
Excuse me, ma'am. How did you get that QR code?
It is automatically generated. I don't do anything in this. So you go on your
URL shortener. URL shortener click करने के बाद ही आया था.
Yes. URL shortener में मैंने अपना link डाला जो मुझे छोटा करना है. Sorry, this is the new link that was created. So let's say I want to put this link of my Canva presentation into the URL shortener. And I click here. I click here, the Canva link, and this is the link which gets automatically created, and this is the QR code which gets automatically created. I don't have to do anything. So this is something that I get. Yeah. Yeah. Can you be on mute, please? Yeah, thank you. So this is the URL shortener. This was the next app. Okay, I think we signed out from our Chrome Web Store. Chrome Web Store.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is the use of this URL shortener?
URL shortener is basically, instead of sharing the long link, you can shorten it, and you can just share the shortened link with everyone, so that even when you're posting it on Facebook, or you're posting it in your chat box, or you're sharing it on WhatsApp, it does not look like a very elongated, long, link. It looks like a nice short link. It helps in your presentation, and also sometimes you are sharing some text and then you have a link. So if you have shared a text, so people are reading that text, and then you have shared the link, and the link is also very long, so it kind of distracts the opposite person to focus. So in this, if you want others to focus on your text, they will focus on the text, they'll read it, and then there is a short form below, which is like how you see in the picture on the screen. This is the short URL of this entire long thing. So it just helps in presentation purpose, and it saves time, and it also saves space and looks neat. That's about it. Now we move to the next math equation. Now, for all the math teachers who find it very difficult to type your math equations, so this equatio is the extension which is a must-have for all math teacher. Now, this extension was not getting downloaded on my laptop, so I'm going to try again. Equatio. Here it shows up, the first one. I'm going to click on it and let's see if it gets added, because when I was doing it in the morning, it wasn't getting added. Add extension. So if you want to know if this equation or any extension is good for your computer, so you can scroll down and you can see that how many users are using it. Oh, great, it got added. So you can see how many users are using it, and that shows the authenticity of that extension, and it also shows that it's not a fake extension. And then you can also see what other apps, what other extensions are available from this same company who has made this extension. So you will see that apart from that, there is also Read and Write for Google, and Fluency Tutor, and there are many other extensions. So these are just some of the important extensions that we are exploring today. Now I go to my extension Equatio, and I'll click on it. Say sign in with Google. Then I'm going to on this document, I'm going to be using the Equatio. Let's get started. I'm a teacher. Launch it. Okay, got it. And then these are the icons down for all the formulas that we need to write. So all the maths teacher who often struggle that how is it that I can present my equations which looks neat rather than writing it on the whiteboard. This extension will help you to do that. Yeah.
What was the full name? Equation?
Equatio. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. We skip the tutorial. We go to the extension. We go to math Equatio. Equatio, and here at the bottom I see the entire tools that I can use. So equation editor. This helps me to write math. So especially when I'm using a whiteboard for presentation, I'm able to then write math. So if I start typing here, let's say x multiply by 10. So insert, and also this is for Desmos graph, which is used by grade 5 math educators, and Desmo is an is a separate app where it helps the students to learn the graphs. So that is also something that the Equatio can help us do. So for example, here I've written x into 10 is equal to, and there is a hint that is given to me. Now, if I want it to be presented on the screen, I will have to. There is a STEM tool where I get the calculator also. So basically, it's meant for math and engineering educators who are teaching Desmos and who are teaching these STEM-based formulas to their educators. Please shut the door. Please shut the door. Yeah. And then we have the handwriting. So if I'm typing something, that is also, it will help me to show. So I typed x plus 10 and it showed x plus 10 on my right hand side in the worksheet that I am wanting to showcase. Now, if I want to erase it, I can erase it. And I can also type any other equation that I want to type. So there are these square roots, which I don't know how to represent, or the division, square roots, fractions. So this basically extension helps the educator to type math problems, including all these. So because when we're using the fonts, we are not able to type in all the fonts, all the symbols of math equations that are required. But if you have this extension, you will be able to type all the equations that you want to include in your assessment for your students. So I'll have to explore this more because I was not able to download it in the morning, but I do know that this helps to actually write the language for math and present your sums for assessment. And you can even present it in your Google Classroom to your students. So this is something that even I will have to explore, where there is a screenshot reader. And if there is a screenshot, you can take a screenshot and it will read the equation. And then there are STEM tools. Of course, those are meant when you're teaching coding and also when you're teaching engineering students. So that's where the scientific calculator comes into place. And then we have this mobile. So this is something which is available on the mobile also. And we have the graph editor, of course. And that is why Desmos is to be required. Bring your saved Desmos graphs into Equatio. So you can insert your graphs from your folder, or you can insert the image and you can insert a free expression. So I'm not a math educator, so I will not know what is that free expression that we need to use out here. So this is about math. It's called Equatio, math made digital. If you want to remove it from Chrome, you just click on remove it from Chrome. And then we move on to the next one, which is annotation. So this was a brush that you might have seen. Now, when we go to annotation, so what is annotation? Annotation is something which allows you to make changes on the screen, or which allows you to probably highlight something that you would want your learners to look at, or circle something, or for that matter, take a screenshot. So Zoom already has that feature of annotation. Click on annotation. Then we have so many of them. So in order to know which one it is, I have the logo for the same, which looks like a paint. So it's called Web Paint Annotation. It's called the Web Paint Annotation, which I will download and I will add to my Chrome. The reason why I have selected certain Chrome extensions compared to the others is because these are something which is very, very handy and simple to use as compared to the other extensions that are available. So it did require some kind of research before actually presenting this entire list of Chrome extensions, because there are dozens with the same feature, and in order to understand which one is the best one, you have to read reviews. You have to understand as an educator, what is it that you need to move ahead. So we add the extension. And once you add the extension, you go back to your black blotch, and then you click over here, web extension, web paint, here it is, web paint. We are sorry, this page is not supported. I know this page will not support it, so I'll probably go to, maybe I will open up some document of mine, or let's say Google. I'll just open up a document. Yeah. Now let's see how I'm going to be using this tool over here. So I get this. Now when you open the web paint tool, you get this pop-up, and this pop-up has these many features. So what I'm going to do is, if I have this square or rectangle, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this rectangle. Now when I click on this rectangle and I scroll down, now there's a lot of text, okay? Or even if I've prepared a document for my learners in which there is a lot of text, or if I'm sharing, a textbook, a PDF text matter with my learners, I want them to look at something. So I'm going to be highlighting that. And then I can increase the size of the border. And here it is. I want them to highlight on the first paragraph. So I can use it as a highlighter tool as compared to reading the next. And when I'm done, I can just remove this, step backward.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is the heading of this tool extension?
Web paint. It's an annotations tool which allows you to maybe write something, or you can even draw a line like this. Okay, I'm not very straight with lines. So you can draw a straight line if you want your students to read. Maybe you could reduce the size and you could have this
Web paint,
transparency.
isn't it?
It's called web paint. Here it is, web paint. I will be sending you the names on the presentation. Names are all in the presentations with their logo, so you don't get confused. And this is how you can use it. Then even if you want to type something, so you can type, please read this carefully. So if you want something to be typed, then you can type. Now, okay, I think I'm not able to move ahead. It's not allowing me to move ahead. Okay. So this is how you can make use of the web paint tool to highlight, to type, to underline, to even color the text that you want your learners to pay attention to. So that's the whole idea of having this web paint extension, especially when you're dealing with students from the higher grades. Now we move on to our next extension, and that is Google Chrome Keep. Now that's a very simple extension to have. Even if you don't wish to have it, it's absolutely fine. But I found it useful because when I am doing an online session, so I type Google Keep, it is more like a notepad that I have in front of me instead of going to my diary, or going to my phone notepad and taking notes, or opening a Word document and taking notes. So this is an extension which allows me to quickly open up the extension as a notepad, and then what I'm able to do is I'm able to type. So if there is an online session right now that I'm attending, I can go to Google Keep. Where is it's being downloaded, right? Yeah. So Google Keep. Where is it? I can't see it. Yeah. Not able to. And no, I'm not able to click on it. Are you all able to click on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so when you will click on it, it will pop up a notepad kind of page. When you click on the extension, it will pop up a notepad kind of page, which will allow you to type instantly. So if there's anything that you want to type instantly, or if there is a particular site which you have found interesting and you want to save it and use it for maybe a later day, so you can go to your Google Keep, and that Google Keep will also be seen in your Google slide. So for example, if I open my Google slide, that extension is also seen on the right hand side over here, which shows like this. So for example, if I'm working on my Google slide and I have left it midway, I've not completed it. So there are certain sites which I have found which I will need to go through before completing my presentations. So I can go to the Google Keep extension, and I will be able to, maybe save the presentation, or I will be able to, take a note that include, uh, visual images and videos. Okay, so now let's say if I'm sending this to somebody, they will be able to see these notes. So if I'm sharing this Google slide with somebody with whom I'm working, they will be able to see the notes that, okay, we need to include we need to include visual images, or we need to look at this particular link that is being shared. So this is how the Google Keep acts as a note keeper to save and type everything that you want to do while you're online. That is it. So you can even do it on your Word doc, or you could even do it in your click to add speaker notes, like, where you can click that I need to do this. But it's just an added advantage in case you are working on too many things at the same time. So this is what Google Keep allows you to do. It allows you to actually make a note of different things while you're working online. And also you can take notes of sessions that are happening. Then we have, now this is interesting, and this is my personal favorite, which is called Mote. Now, what this Mote do is it helps you add a voiceover or a comment to a file or a document. So if I go on my Chrome store, can I request everyone to be on mute? I can hear some sound. Yeah. So when we go on the Google Chrome extension and then we go to the Google Web Store, we will type MOTE, Mote, which is picking up and which is something which can be used for our learners to give them feedback, and also to maybe give audio instructions, or maybe if you want to just read a particular paragraph for your students to pay attention to, so you can record it and you can include it in your Google slide. Now this is already installed, and that's why it's showing remove from Chrome. Now when I go and click on Mote, it says it will help me to record notes, audio notes. Yeah, so when you click on Mote, it will open up. It will show you, basically you have to enable extension, you have to enable voice transcription. Now you can also choose your language. If you want your voice to be transcribed in some other language, then you can use it. Unfortunately, there's no Hindi and Marathi in this, but there are other foreign languages. I've selected English, and then we go to our Google slide, and here is my slide. I can right click. When I right click, I will get this comment, a plus sign saying comment. I click on that, and then it says either you type your comment, well done, and comment, or if you want to include an audio comment, then the extension Mote that we have downloaded comes up. You click on it, hold it, so I've already recorded a few motes. Click to record or hold for Notepad. There are no motes in your notebook. If you want to add, next you record a mode, click OK. So I want to add this mote. You just have to click on it and it will help you to record. Are you all able to do that? Are you all able to click on it? Go and right click, comment, note. Okay, maybe I need to have some text over here. Yeah, somebody raised their hands. Did someone raise their hands? Yeah.
No, ma'am, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So maybe I need to have some text in order to record it. So I put the text, then I go to right click, emote, then I add a note. Still not happening. Your notebook. Okay, I was able to do this. Are you all trying this? Is anyone able to do it? Is anyone able to click on it and record it? Because the moment you click on it, it shows up the recording app and you're able to record it. Maybe because my microphone is being used for Zoom, that's why I'm not able to record it. It could be that reason, because my microphone is already being put into use. Is anyone able to do that?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Yeah. So all you need to do is you just have to click on this mote and click it, hold on it, and then the pop-up comes where you will be able to record it. And if you want to say, if you want to leave a comment, audio comment saying well done, you can practice more or visit this website. So you can leave an audio note for your learner as a kind of as a kind of feedback on the assessment that you have already taken. So I think it's because my microphone is on right now, I'm not able to get that option of recording. Otherwise, it says click to record or hold for mode. So when I'm clicking, I'm not getting it, and when I'm holding that, I'm not getting it. So that could be the only reason. So it's very simple. It just allows you to add audio notes to your Google Slide presentations. And then we move on to the next extension after Mote. Then we have Extensity. So this is the basic Chrome extension app, which allows you to manage all your Chrome extensions in a shop on your laptop. So when I say Extensity, type Extensity, and I get this, and it's already installed. Now, when I go to Extensity, what I will see is I will see all the apps, all the Chrome extensions that I have already downloaded on my laptop in one shot. So I click on Extensity, and you will be able to see all your extensions organized for you, right from day one till the day you have been working on your laptop. So these are the extensions, and also the more you use those extensions, those will be the ones which will show up first, and the ones which you have not been using, which will, or you used it later, will keep going down. And then the apps, how many apps you have Gmail, Google, and all these apps will be shown. So this is how Extensity actually helps you to bifurcate between your extensions and apps on your phone, and creates a proper list of all the extensions that you have downloaded till now, as compared to going into this, which has a very small font, and then you have to actually stress and your eyes and actually search for that extension. So you just have to go click on Extensity. Here it is. And you can put that Extensity out here. Pin it so that I'm able to use it. And here it is. So I have pinned it so that I don't have to search for it. So if you want any of your extensions to be pinned, you can pin them so that they appear next and you don't keep searching for them. So this is what Extensity helps us do. And then we have last two. Yeah, this is my favorite, turn off lights for YouTube. So this is like a magic tool. Turn off light. You type turn off light, and then you go to your turn off light. This is the icon. Yeah. YouTube. Where did it go? Turn off light. YouTube. Yeah, here it is. Turn off lights. You add to Chrome. And what it allows us to do is you go on to any YouTube video that you want to show to your learners. Now you see that when you play one video or you're sharing your screen for, yeah, you're sharing your screen and you want to see any one video. Now, if I want to play this first video and I want rest everything to go dark. So I'm going to go to my extension. I'm going to say turn off lights. And it will only highlight the video. Rest all is faded in the background. So this helps when you just want your focus to be on the video and not on the background. So even if you are going on any website, let's say if we go on our own website and we are showcasing something on the website and we want the background to be dull. So we can do the same thing where, let's say now if I open this link, it takes me to Facebook, right? And on Facebook, we know that there's so much of content in the background. Now, I don't want anyone to watch anything else apart from what I'm showing. So I'll go to turn off light and it will only highlight what I'm wanting them to see. So if it is a third party link that I want them to see and I don't want them to read or get distracted, I just do use the turn off light and the focus is only on what I want them to see. So this is what is turn off light for us. And then we go to the last. Oh, we're done. Not the last. Turn off light was the last. Yes. So this is what turn off light does. So just to briefly go through the entire presentation once again and take a quick recap of what we covered. We'll go from backwards now. The last app, we covered turn off lights. Then we covered Extensity, which helps you organize your extensions. Then Mote, which helps you record voice comment over a file. Then Google Chrome Keep, which acts like a notepad. Then we have Annotation, which is the web paint, which helps you highlight. Then we have Math for math educators and engineering educators, Equatio. Then we have URL shortener, where we can have the extensions. Then we have must-have Google Meet extensions, which is Google Meet Attendance, Node, Google Form, Grid View. And yep, this is what our presentation has been. We all know where we will find our extensions. And yeah, so we are done with the Google Chrome extension. We have covered around 10 extensions. Yeah. So any doubts? Of course, there are many more extensions because as we learn and as we discover, we will be able to understand which are the other extensions which we can share with you all. But to begin with, these are some of the most important extensions to have on your laptop as an educator. And also you can share it with your fellow educators and let them know. I think the Google Form extension, the URL shortener, and even Mote, where you can record your voice. Some of these will be useful to begin with. So download these extensions, start using them. If you have a doubt, you can post it in the WhatsApp group and let us know. Yeah, and in case you discover some extension which is of good use to you, please do share it with us on the WhatsApp group. Yeah, raise your hand. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Like I told you, font, you said something we can manage with.
Yeah, font. So you font and cursor both. If you want your cursor to be bigger for showing it to your students, and there is a cursor app also and font app also. Font for Chrome, not this. Yeah. You're looking at Hindi font or any specific?
I have already downloaded few related font to Hindi, which is
Hmm.
usually used everywhere. So wherever
Okay.
sheet goes, it will remain the same. So I want that particular font to be added into the presentation.
You can try this Hindi font pack.
Basically, there is a Devanagari or some font. I have already
Correct.
downloaded.
Devanagari. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But
so
you can
that
try these extensions. They will help you type in the notepads. Yeah. And they will also help you type in your Google documents. So these Chrome extensions are of great use when you're using these Google documents, slides, and sheets to teach. And that's where these extensions come good use. Of course, you can also use it on websites and YouTube, like how I showed you. But particularly for Google applications like Google Chrome and Google Slides and Google Sheets and documents, तो यहाँ सब पे ये सारे extensions अच्छे से use हो जाएंगे. So if you're doing that, then the font, Hindi font also that I showed, you will be able to get good results with this also. Where is it? Hindi font, yeah. So this is the example of how it will appear. And then of course there is an overview. It allows you to see the Unicode fonts in Hindi, even if the system does not support it. So even if you don't want the software to be downloaded, you can have the extension and get done with your work. So the extension ka yahi fayda hai ki you don't have to download those heavy softwares, into your laptop every time you want to use something. You can just download the extension, get done with your work, and you no longer want to use it. You just delete that extension from your laptop. Yeah. Similarly for cursor, you can just go to your Chrome Web Store and type cursor, and you will be able to see that there are so many which you can use. You can use custom. You can use these. I think I had downloaded this. Yeah. So this is how your cursor. You
For
can
screen
select how your
recording
cursor-
also there is one screen castify.
Screen castify.
Raki, how useful? Like how much have you used? Yeah.
Screen castify is
Have you
similar to
used
Mote.
it? Like is it really good?
Yeah, it is similar to Mote. What Mote is doing, it is similar to Mote. Yeah. So you can use Screencastify. Only difference between Mote and Screencastify is Mote is only audio. Screencastify is even audio and video, both. So you can use it even in your Google Slides to begin. If you want to just narrate a story and you want to share the audio, or you want to narrate a story and you want to share your pre-recorded video. So you can use that also. So these are all extensions which you can include it. You can use it. You can explore it. Screencastify, Mote is audio, and Screen is of course both audio, video, or only audio as well. Yeah. So this is about the cursors that you can actually have. If you downloaded that, and then I will be able to use the cursor. I can choose which cursor I want. Yeah, so I can choose which one I want from here. Cartoon ones or So this is what my cursor looks like now. So then if I want to, I'm teaching younger ones, or if I want to highlight something, or if I want to take my learners to notice something, then I can change my cursor and I can make it appear like this. Like this is where the extensions are. So yeah, this is where. So it works only on the screen. Beyond the screen, it doesn't work. So here it is. If I'm reading something, I can show them, look here or look here. So that's what. And then if I don't want, then I turn it off. And then custom. I click on to go back to my custom. Here it is, custom. And there's a size also I can select. I can make it bigger, like a rocket. Where is my... Yeah. This is how it can look. These are the different cursors that you can have. Yeah. So that was about Chrome extensions, all about Chrome extensions, a must-have Chrome extensions for all our educators. And you can try different ones and do let us know if you have tried something new apart from what we have shared with you. Please share it on the WhatsApp group. So we have some other things also coming up in the week. So that's the reason why the next session will be on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank
Miss
you.
Rani, for all
Okay,
my
bye-bye.
details.
Good evening. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.